So, joining the ever-growing list of YouTubers that it is a very bad idea to get into a business arrangement with, to catch everybody up, so far we have Base Mama and Tana Mongoose.
People love to be oppressed outside.
But today I've got a whole new one for you. His name is Ice Poseidon. Don't give this man money. Like, I will say this. All of this right now is very much speculation based on confession. Can I say that? I don't know. Tell me if you think this is confession.
In order for the investors to make their money back, what we do is we grow the company to a certain point, and then we have other investors come in, and obviously they invest their money as well, hopefully more than $2 million. And then obviously when we get more than $2 million invested, the other investors will get their $2 million back, and then we have more money for the company and shit like that. So,
I mean, that's not really him outright saying, I'm running a Ponzi scheme, but that's a Ponzi scheme. For those of you who may not be entirely familiar, if I come to you and I say, I've got a great idea, gonna make a lot of money, all I need from you is $100. All right, we'll go with little numbers. All I need from you is $100. It's 1920, and I need $100 to start my company. And you give me $100, right? And then I go to another investor, and I say, I've got this great idea for a company. I already have an investor involved. He's given me $100. He believes that much. How about you give me $150, and we won't tell him, and I'll buy you in for a little bit more of the profit. And the person goes, oh, great. And then you take that money and you say to the first investor, we've turned a profit. Here's $150. They're going to want to give you more money, right? So then they say, oh, that's fantastic. I'll give you $200. And then you go to that second investor and say, look, we turned a profit. Here's $200. Now, where the whole point of it comes in is that as you begin to get more and more investors paying each other off for more and more money each time, sooner or later you get to the point where you have so many investors who have given so much money that you just go, awesome, and fucking take all the money. Fly to Bermuda or wherever the fuck it is criminals go. I don't know. But, I mean, I don't know. That clip might not be good enough. Let's see where it continues from there.
So you're using investors' money to invest in other people?
no, we're building a company, dude. We're building a website.
And I would like to own 20% of that company for my investment. See, that's a business investment.
Okay, yeah.
It's not a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme.
There?
It's not a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme. Okay. I don't really know how to explain it because I didn't explain that very well, I guess.
All right. Fair enough. The guy is self-admittedly shit at explaining things. He's amazing at explaining a Ponzi scheme, I will give him that. But that's not what he's doing. So we have to get somebody who's far better explaining shit. I know. KeemStar. He's so much better at explaining shit. Let's hear what Keem has to say.
I just wanted to clarify because business can be confusing, especially to young people.
Oh, what a great start. See, if you don't understand how it's not a Ponzi scheme, it can be very confusing. You're very young.
To better explain Ice's business, I'm going to use, let's use McDonald's.
Fantastic choice. That's a profitable company that has a board of investors, I imagine. Well, I imagine at this point it has a board of directors, but at one point I'm sure it had a board of investors. Totally not a Ponzi scheme. McDonald's, totally not a Ponzi scheme, right? Keem's going to explain it to you.
So the first McDonald's branch starts off and there's a lot of hype, a lot of customers. It's going pretty well. So McDonald's goes and gets a loan or they get investors.
Let me stop you right there. There is a great, vast gulf of an expanse between a bank loan and an investor. See, an investor will give you money to help you grow your company, and in return for that, they will be given a percentage of the profit. That's why you invest. You invest in a company with which to gain essentially a royalty-esque type of profit off of it. It's going to be a continuous profit. You don't just say, I'm going to give you $1 million, and then you're going to give me $1 million back. That doesn't fucking work. Nobody's going to do that because that's fucking stupid. So you give the $1 million so that you can get a profit. Now the profit doesn't come from, all right, you've given me $1 million. I now have $1.5 million. I've gotten you half again as much. Here's your money. Now fuck off. I don't want you involved anymore. Nobody's going to take that fucking deal either, because that's fucking stupid. Especially if it's a product that is going to be lasting and is going to continue to make profit. They're going to say, no. I gave you $1 million. I don't want $1.5 million back. I want a percentage of the profit that you make for the entirety of the rest of the time you own this company. That's how investors work, right? Bank loans are different. You go to a bank and you say, I need a business loan. And they say, all right, we will engage in a legal Ponzi scheme with you, but you're going to pay us back. So essentially, the bank gives you $1 million, let's say, and then through the course of the loan, however long it's going to last, they say you must pay us back in increments plus interest, because we're loaning you money and you're going to pay us back with interest. The interest is the carrot at the end of that stick. They make a little bit more money than what they gave you. That's how banks work. See, the difference is, investors, you can fuck. Banks tend to fuck you.
And they open even more McDonald's all over the place. Now, McDonald's is making money, but they're also going into debt because they're building and building and building and building.
Huh? If McDonald's is going into debt, McDonald's is a shitty company. No. See, you make the first store, and the first store makes enough profit that you go, I have enough money now, I could buy a new store and expand. You don't say, well, this McDonald's not really making money, hand over fist yet. I'm not making enough to actually start another McDonald's, so I guess I'll go into debt so I can make another McDonald's. No, that shit's not how that fucking works.
Making more and more McDonald's, getting the whole entire business bigger. They got to go into debt to make more money.
No, that's not really how the saying, you got to spend money to make money. It's not you have to spend more money than you're making to make money. I mean, that can work. It's fucking stupid, but that can work.
But people believe in the success of McDonald's, so more people invest, more banks get loans, and
again, this comparison of banks and investors. I don't understand why he's doing the comparison between banks and investors. Maybe business is confusing. And Keem's very young. Maybe he doesn't quite understand the difference between banks and investors, but we'll keep him going. It just sounds shady as fuck to me.
Keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And the reason why the bank's giving loans and the reason why people are investing is because they believe in the business and they think the business is going to do well and be successful.
No, Nah, they're giving money because they're going to get a return on investment. At least that's what they're told.
And they're hoping that they're going to make a profit on their bank loan, or they're going to make a profit with the investors.
Maybe he... I have to hear that one little part again.
And they're hoping that they're going to make a profit on their bank loan, or they're going to make a profit with the investors.
See, if you're hoping that you make a profit with bank loans or investors, I don't know. Maybe it's just the way he's phrasing it. Maybe it's the way it's hitting my fucking ear. But it sounds like Keem's describing a Ponzi scheme. If you're getting investors to make money, you have to make a product to make the money, not through bank loans and invest. You don't. I don't know. Maybe Keem's shit at describing things too, but he's not done yet. So hold on.
Because more people will invest in the future.
Ponzi scheme.
Or more profit will be made.
The first time he actually said anything that has to do with an actual legit business. Profit will be made.
Or all of McDonald's will sell or go public and be traded on the stock exchange.
See, now that therein is another thing, but usually if you have investors and you say, I want to sell this company that you invested in, you have to get their permission. Because you see, they own a portion of the company, right? Now, you, as the creator of the business, say you will always want to own at least 51% of your business, right? That's what keeps you the majority shareholder. Whether it's public or private, you don't want to have more investors taking more of a percentage than what you actually own. See, if I was going to invest, if I were stupid enough to invest with this guy, I would say that for my investment, I want a percentage ownership of the company. Not just my money paid back to me with a little bit of interest in the future. What do you fucking think I am, a bank? No, bitch. I want to own part of this. Right? Now, I could be a dick and say I want 49%. And we can negotiate from there. and I'd probably wind up a secondary majority shareholder of some sort or another, right? Because if he's got 51 and I got 30, not much left of that pie, because it's only 100%, right? So when the company goes public, what the majority shareholder then will do is he'll either buy out all the investors, which is where you're paying your investors back, but you're not paying them back their loan to you. You're paying to buy their shares. You're saying, your shares right now are worth this. I want to take the company public, and I don't want to just split up my 51% so that I wind up fucking myself in the ass. I still need to own my company, but I need to buy your shares because I want to divvy your shares out to everybody else. Right? Or it gets broken up into shares, and your percentage is worth this much, and your percentage is worth this much, and blah, 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 and this is how the shares work, and I have X amount of shares, but still have, and then you'd sell off those shares for however much those shares. Going public is always a very good thing for companies. It usually makes more money, unless you're Facebook. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't think Keem did a very good fucking job. I'm going to give Ice one more shot at this. Don't disappoint me, man.
Investors.
I mean, I get
Investors invest money. If we reach the expectations of the investors, they invest more money with hopefully new investors as well, and then they are essentially paid back through either.
Dude, oh my God, he's describing a Ponzi scheme again.
Equity that's not diluted, or they just get their money back as more investors have invested money. So it's like a Ponzi scheme then. It's like hard to explain, but
nah, you explained it just fine. What's hard to explain is how that's legal.
That's how they, and then obviously if we sold the company, that's how the investors would make the money back, by selling the company, not really from revenue that the company has.
No, you want to make the revenue. You want to get your percentage of the revenue. Oh my God. Like, what kills me the most is this dumb motherfucker saying this shit on a stream. And he has yet to say anything about how this isn't actually a Ponzi scheme. All he does is keep saying, look, this isn't a Ponzi scheme. Let me explain. I'm going to get investors who are going to give me money, and then I'm going to get more investors, hopefully, that will give me more money, and then I'm going to pay the old investors with money. They're going to get paid back, and then they'll want to invest more money so I can pay the other wave of investors with. That's a Ponzi scheme. Holy fucking shit. So yeah, definitely don't want to deal with Base Mama. Definitely don't want to deal with Tana Mongoose. And honestly, I mean, again, this is all based off of off of this video. So, you know, take it for what it is. If you want to say that this guy is really as fucking retarded as he's coming off right now, then sure, he's running a Ponzi scheme. But if you want to say, no, he's just a bad businessman, doesn't understand business, you probably don't want to give him any money anyways, because he's a bad businessman that doesn't understand business. Did you hear that he bought a mansion now? That he's got him and a bunch of other streamers living in? So I guess Ice Poseidon is like Ice Poseidon Paul now or something. I don't know. But one has to wonder how you could afford to buy a mansion. I mean, he is a big time, you know, streamer. Probably makes a decent amount of money off that. Maybe he got investors. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna leave you with one final little fun clip, and I hope you have a good day. It's just fucking.
Thank you. My arm, I mean, I look pretty.
Already reported it to SEC
great,
and
don't
FBI,
I?
so good luck. Hopefully your books are accurate and can back it up when you get audited.
Listen, bro, I haven't paid taxes in like 4 years, okay? I don't need you to call the IRS.
Alright. Are you guys ready for the next one? Wow. Yeah, that's right. Today we're talking cutlass. What is a cutlass? It's a pirate sword. And it's generally short. It's a short sword class weapon. And usually has a pretty decent fucking handguard. This is called a handguard. This is so that you can punch with the sword. This is so that you can block with the sword. And this is so that if you're shitty at blocking with a sword, you don't lose a finger blocking with your sword, right? I got this sword because It has one of Cortez's gold pieces on it. And it is what they call a stealth blade. The blade is called a stealth blade because it is painted black. All you can see on it is the edge. Alright? And you can see the edge. There's the standard steel color. The rest of the blade, very black. So I like this one. I thought it was very cool. I bought this at Renaissance Fair, which is where a lot of my swords came from. Not the bulk of them, but a lot of them. Every year when I went to the Renaissance Fair where I would go to, they would always have merchants that had all different kinds of cool swords. And I would get a sword every year because I was collecting swords. So, there's my cutlass. It's my Pirates of the Caribbean cutlass. Yeah, I really like this one. I like the little piece. I think that's very cool looking. It's very good quality. This is a very good quality blade. It wasn't expensive. I think this was probably less than 50 bucks. And it is very good quality. It's stainless. It's Chinese 440 stainless steel. But, I mean, it's... Stainless is always good. Because remember when I was describing before about if you touch the blade, it's going to rust the blade? Stainless don't do that shit. You can touch this fucking thing all day long. It doesn't matter. Also, it's painted. That helps. But, yeah, it's really good quality. It is very well put together. It's actually a pretty functional sword when it comes down to it. And, yeah, and it's got a little ball on the end of it. A little pirate ball. Yeah, sure. I don't know. But, yeah, so there's my cutlass. This is Cutlass 1. It's Cutlass 1 because I have another cutlass. Yeah, so there you go. Cutlass today. That's your word of the day.